This episode is going to blow you away. Welcome to one of the windiest, wildest, weirdest, most wonderful places on Earth.
In the middle of the Atacama Desert in Chile.
Where exactly is this lunar landscape?
We're out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, let's just say this. If it's true that your latitude...
Latitude or longitude? Latitude.
That's latitude.
Yeah.
Ladder.
determines your attitude, then go south.
We're way down south.
To one of the driest places on Earth
You know, there are parts of this desert that have never had recorded rainfall.
and coldest
Our hands are cold, our faces are cold.
and most historic.
There's a volcano, and there's a volcano, and there's a third one over there, and I think a fourth one over there.
That's why when you come to Chile, it's one of the big bucket list places you got to see.
We're traveling the back roads and salt flats, the mountain tops, and the dusty outposts of the famous Atacama Desert, and showing you how to spend an amazing day way down in the southern hemisphere.
We're traveling to the Tropic of Capricorn. We are going to a very vast, barren desert, and we're going to show you all around it in this episode of Window Seat. All right, yeah, it's about 6 a.m. We're somewhere in the middle of the Chilean desert. It's freezing out.
It's early, but we've done earlier. And it's cold, but we've done colder.
And we're sitting here waiting for a tour bus to pick us up and take us to our destiny.
I mean, when you come to Chile, there's a few main things they say you have to do. We have a short trip, but we needed to squeeze one of them in. This is one of them.
Our day starts well before dawn in the dusty desert town of San Pedro de Atacama, just a short hour-and-a-half flight from Santiago into the town of Calama, and then an hour or so drive from there, which we did in the middle of the night just hours ago. Nothing, and especially not the clock, was going to stand in the way of our mission to one of the most impressive landscapes on planet Earth.
Okay, you have to remember because all the vans are white.
Loaded down in a 16-passenger white van with a bunch of tourists from all over the world, we are traveling the lonely highway en route to the first of several stops today that will give us a feel for the Chilean desert. And what a desert it is. Just look at this place. The Atacama stretches for 1,000 miles west of the Andes Mountains along northern Chile's Pacific coast. Trapped between mountain ranges, moisture from the Pacific and Atlantic can't reach here. The only moisture they usually get comes from fog, making it the driest place on the planet. It looks so much like Mars. Expedition simulations have been carried out here because of its similarity to the Martian environment. Some parts of the desert are so inhospitable, no plants or animals can survive here. But flamingos, of all creatures, thrive, as we found out at our first stop of the day, Los Flamencos National Reserve.
We're in Laguna Chaxas. Just looking around, you see like hundreds of flamingos in the middle of the desert. Not something you'd expect because, I mean, we think of flamingos, we think Caribbean, tropical. This is far from that.
Like a desert oasis, shallow lagoons emerge from the desert floor, covered by Andean flamingos, looking for something to eat.
Flamingos tend to smell really bad. I don't know if you've ever been to a zoo and you go by the flamingo exhibit. It always smells really bad. The nice thing about these flamingos is it's so spread out here, you don't really get that strong aroma. We were hearing too that the reason the flamingos are right here is because this is extra salty water. In fact, there are little sort of formations of salt all over the place. And because it's so salty, there are crustaceans that live beneath the soil, and that's what they're sort of constantly digging at, trying to eat. So this is a buffet for these flamingos here in Chile.
The ground is covered by these unusual salt formations, and the place seems otherworldly and cold.
I don't know, probably like 40 degrees right now. It's the morning, the sun's coming out. It's gonna get warmer.
It is definitely chilly. We left to very warm temperatures back in Colorado to come to this, but it's refreshing.
We're going to put a link to this tour in the video description below so you know exactly how to experience this place for yourself. Meantime, we are back in the van, on the road for another half hour or so, and headed to a place of truly global significance.
We are actually at the actual latitudinal line that is the Tropic of Capricorn. This is really cool. We're just gonna have breakfast. This is kind of a cool outdoor picnic. They've got a little rest stop kind of parking lot area where you can pull off and bring out your picnic supplies, and we're gonna have a little breakfast out here in the middle of the desert.
Now, this may seem like no big deal, but truth be told, this was one of our favorite things that happened all day, and not just because we love food and can't wait to eat. here we are, literally just pulled off the side of the road at the very point where the Tropic of Capricorn crosses the Chilean desert, and they set up breakfast right here while a fox roams the grounds looking for scraps. Most memorable meals while traveling happen in fancy restaurants, but I'm telling you, this was the best meal we had the whole time we were in Chile.
Some baguette with some egg, nice scrambled egg, scrambled right here in the back of our little van here, out in the middle of the desert. A little cheese and some avocado. It's delicious. I mean, this is a great little picnic, right? I mean, you can't beat it. I mean, that was a nice little surprise. That I think we thought we were going to a restaurant. They know they just pull off here at the side of the road, start making breakfast, whipping it up. It's yummy.
Now, this is something kind of fun. In between bites, the tourists in our group and the other groups rush out to the middle of Route 23.
They're taking pictures in the middle of the road because that's the iconic thing to do here, evidently, is like people do. We've seen the Forrest Gump picture. Everyone knows that one because it's just running solo down the road. This is the same thing in the middle of the desert here. So I think it's kind of cooler doing Chile because, I mean, how many people can wander the Forrest Gump road? Not a lot of people are coming here.
Just be careful to watch for oncoming traffic. They do not seem to slow down here, and neither are we as we head to the next stop on our tour. Up windy mountain roads, past wildlife we've never seen before, like this herd of guanaco, which is like a llama, and these massive ostrich-like birds. Just some of what greeted us as we approached Laguna Miscanti, a salty, deep blue, heart-shaped lake nestled beneath mountains rich in sodium nitrate, commonly known as white gold or Chile saltpeter, and mined for decades for use in fertilizer and explosives.
Basically, this is a lagoon that's fed almost entirely by groundwater. Again, there are parts of this desert that have never had recorded rainfall, so mostly groundwater here that feeds this lagoon, and it's surrounded by volcanoes on almost every side, and you can count them. There's a volcano, and there's a volcano, and there's a third one over there, and I think a fourth one over there. It's been a long time since they were active, but they're everywhere down here. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, think of the elevation we're at. We're well above 10,000 feet at this point. We're close to like 13, 14,000 feet. To have this nice, beautiful, serene lagoon area, it's unreal. And it's one of those things like you could see these pictures all the time. It's possibly, your screensaver. It's that pretty, but yeah, it's just surreal to kind of just take this all in and kind of just be able to enjoy this.
Now, there are beautiful places all over South America, but seriously, for our money, this right here is one of the most intriguing and unique spots we've been to on the continent. That is, at least, until our next stop, a place that truly blew us away.
These are like salt flats right here, and this wind tunnel of a valley right here in the mountains. It's beautiful, it's amazing. That wind is nuts. I mean, it's hard to get sure-footed, because it's a little rocky of a walk out here.
No, seriously, we almost wiped out from gale force winds that nearly sent us crashing into the red rocks of Piedras Rojas, 13,000 feet above sea level, where the striking rock colors collide with the pale turquoise waters of the lake that surrounds them.
So the blue is like this really light powder blue. It's coated in this white salt. Everything's coated in salt, really. It looks frozen, although I don't think it is. It's just kind of placid. It just stays there, flat, covered in salt.
If you asked AI to create you the perfect backdrop for a social media picture, this is exactly what it would look like.
So iconic and so cool, and when you see some of the really mesmerizing pictures from Chile, they come from right here, and you understand why.
That's just like the epitome of what a nature painting would look like, and I hope video picks it up this well, because this is just truly awesome.
All right, well, we couldn't really tell what Sean said after that because it was just too windy, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Words don't do this place justice. So let's just take another minute to enjoy. These red rocks, those mountains, that beautiful lake, the perfect last stop on the perfect day in the Atacama Desert. We travel, and really everyone travels, to make memories, to forever etch vistas like this in our minds so that decades from now we can remember precisely what it was like to be right here, right now, in these unforgettable places. So if the purpose of a mission like this is to create memories, well, mission accomplished.
It's a very unique day. This is a very unique area. We've done a lot of things, and this was unique for us. And this place was always kind of on my bucket list to see, and thrilled we did it.
And you should do it. We highly endorse at least a day, maybe more, in Chile's Atacama Desert. We'll put a link to the tour we took in the description below so you too can make some unforgettable memories in one of the most magnificent deserts in the world.
So there you have it. That's a day spent in the Atacama Desert. It is a beautiful, amazing place that looks like the surface of the moon or Mars or some other worldly place. And if you get the chance, come down here and check it out. That's it for this episode of Window Seat. Please like and share so we can know what you think about this video. Leave a comment too if you've been down here. If you'd like to come, let us know about that. Also, if you'd be so kind, please hit subscribe as we continue our journey to hit every country on planet Earth. We are well over 70, pushing 80 right now, and we need your help as we keep it going. We got another brand new episode of Window Seat coming Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. In the meantime, check out one of these other episodes from Window Seat.